But like the thing about me was like, I didn't really know what direction I was going. It wasn't even good. It was recorded on like a $2 microphone. So I was like, I gotta start somewhere type of thing, you know what I mean?
Let's go behind the lines. Welcome to Behind the Lines, the show where we dive deep into the minds and the music of independent artists. I'm your host, Serene.
And I'm Bunny.
And today we are here with a funk soul R&B master, Alpha Patron.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate to be here, y'all.
So right off the bat, I gotta ask you, how did you come up with the name Alpha Patron? Because I think about it and I'm like, do you like tequila?
Hey, you know what? Let's keep it a buck. So my government name, my mom actually named me Alpha.
I love that.
And so,
She said he's gonna be a king.
Right.
She was like Catherine Jackson and Michael Jackson. She was like, I'm about to birth something special right here.
Yes.
And so she named me Alpha, and then Patron is actually like a French name, French to Spanish, means boss. And so like my aunt used to call me like Patron since I was like, crawling, you know what I mean? So I was like, I started, running with it, kids in school were calling me Alpha Patron, so I was like, okay, I think I might just roll with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was good.
Dang. You seem so surprised when I said that though. Has nobody ever said that to you? Like the tequila Patron?
No. I think it's just like, so here's the thing about me, like, I like tequila, you know what I mean? But like Patron is like something I kind of just like embody with like the actual meaning and stuff like that. And so with the drinks, it's cool too. But,
I know, I was like, I feel like I threw you from a loop. You were like, I did not think you were going to say that right off the top. I was so curious. I had to know, but I like that. There's a lot of meaning behind your name, and I had to know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about like how you got started in music.
Yeah, so I think music was always something I kind of like was interested in at a young age, you know what I mean? Grew up in the church low key, and like my brother used to play the drums. I used to be so fascinated by it, Used to get like pots and pans, like, play the drums, trying to be like big bro type of thing, And I used to like play guitar and sing. I mean, I wasn't good at it, but I just loved it so much. And I ended up like moving so this is actually in Seattle, so I ended up moving from Seattle to like this suburban area called Lake Stevens, right? And so, I ended up developing hoop dreams over there, kind of becoming like a product of my environment. There wasn't like too many like creators and like artists and musicians over there. So like, I ended up trying to go to the NBA at a young age, like every little black kid, growing up, And so once that didn't work out, I was like, okay, I kind of want to try something new. And then I kind of had like this love at first sight moment when I saw, Lecrae, this like hip hop artist perform live. And I just looked around and everyone was like engaged and like, inspired. And I was like, I always knew I wanted to like inspire people. I just didn't know how it was gonna happen. You know what I mean? And so that was like my little first sight moment. I was like, boom, there we go. And then riding the boys, and I was like, trying to do the talent show, you know what I mean? Junior year, let's just go into it like a joke. So if we mess up, it's not gonna be as bad. You know what I mean? If we're not good, it's not gonna be as bad. And then I ended up doing it, and me and the mic kind of coexisted, and I just loved it. And I think that was like my start for real.
That's so dope. Yeah. So you've been kind of like working with bands, I guess technically, like since the very beginning. Since you were like, you got the boys, and you just went for it.
So we weren't necessarily a band.
Well, I mean, you had like a group at least.
Group. Yeah, for sure. Have you heard of like, you guys know Bell Through the Bow?
Yes.
That's boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so.
Are you guys?
Did
you guys do a cover up?
We did a cover of Bell Through the Bow. You know what I mean? And
Was it three of you?
There was three of us too. There was a tall one, a light-skinned one, and then a dark-skinned who was me, So we kind of all like, had that thing going on. You said what?
There was a taller one than you. You were pretty tall.
Yeah, I mean, my other friends kind of tall too, but he was like on the light-skinned side.
I know.
How tall are you?
I'm like 6'2". I always wanted to be taller than 6'2". I always wanted to be like 6'7", you know what I mean? 'Cause like I said, I had hoop groups, so I was like,
That's true, yeah.
It's like Giannis under the hoop, you know what I mean?
Who's so short? Allen Iverson's 5'9", and he was it 5'9"?
6 foot, it's like my height.
Yeah, Allen Iverson was not 6 foot. I'm pretty sure he was 5'9".
Well, I mean, like, you know, compared to like the bigger guys, he's probably 5'9".
No, I'm pretty sure he's 5'9".
We can talk about right now.
She's like, hold on, let's see this.
But so we were a bell group of you know, my guy's name was Thaddeus, my other guy's name was Amadi, and I was A, and so together we were AIT.
Oh,
Yeah, and so kind of put that together, performed Poison, and we, you know, like I said, we couldn't even sing, we couldn't even rap, we were just, you know, having fun, you know. Everyone was in the crowd, mom was in the crowd, you know, our high school crushes were in the crowd, you know, so we were like, okay, let's just, you know, maybe this will give us some clout in school, you know what I mean? So we ended up doing it. We didn't win the talent show, but we got like honorable mention, you know what I mean? Like, yes, like the entertainment side of things, you know, got a whole skit and stuff like that. And then they're like, we want you to perform on the big stage and then, you know, at the assembly.
Oh.
We're like, oh. You know, for the whole school. Yeah, she did. She did.
She did. Like,
I was like, dang.
Nah,
think you should have got the winner.
But yeah, you know, we did the assembly, and you know, obviously, like we were nervous at first, but like I don't know, I think it was just that, you know, the adrenaline, the electrolytes were kicking in, you know, I was feeling good, and yeah, that was the moment I was like, yep, this is it right here.
Yeah, especially going from like, oh, we're gonna do this as a joke to, hey, we want you to play for the whole school, and be like, oh, dang, okay, light bulb moment.
You know, like 2,000 kids in the stadium, or in the gym, you know, so it was like, it's nuts, you know, we were nervous, but you know, it was fun though, it was fun. We, you know, people supported, so it was fun, you know. Yeah.
So when did you actually start to like write your own music then?
Yeah, I'll say like after that assembly, you know what I mean? I wrote a song called The New Covenants. And pretty much, I just got like this random beat on YouTube, and I was just like rapping. But like the thing about me was like, I didn't really know what direction I was going. It wasn't even good. It was recorded on like a $2 microphone. So I was like, you know, I gotta start somewhere type of thing, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that song ended up being like a meme within like our school. How bad it was, you know? Yeah, like, you know, to this day people still pull it up and like, okay, you know, like pumping as a joke and shit. And you know what I mean? So, you know, at the time I was like, you know, feeling confident. I was like, you guys really want to do this? You guys really do this song? But literally they were kind of laughing at me, not with me. So, you know, and so like, you know, I was like, okay, boom. I gotta like, you know, really tap in with hip hop, you know what I mean? Tap in with actual music, because, you know, growing up as like a African suburban kid, kind of, you know, I was still trying to find my way, you know what I mean? Trying to find, you know, who I was gonna be, and, you know, obviously moms played the African and the gospel music, but I didn't really know music outside of that type of thing. So I really had to dive in like head first and just define what, you know, the music I like. So yeah, I kind of just portrayed it, you know, within myself, to bits and pieces and try things, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, how would you really like describe your sound? Because even when I was introducing you, I was like, it's like this, but it's like that, but it's like, this is just like, it's such a culmination of so many different genres.
Definitely a lot of combinations. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to figure out like what, you know, I want my superpower to be within music, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, sure, you know, I can be a jack of all trades, but like I'm trying to figure out what, you know, part of music I'm trying to master, you know what I mean? Be a master of. So that's just the beautiful process of music, is just like figuring a lot of things out and trying a lot of things out. But yeah, as of right now, you know, like, you know, obviously like the funk, you know, soul, R&B, anything with a little bit of a bounce, a little groove to it, you know, that's what I be on right now, you know.
That's for sure. I feel like every time I listen to your music or like I see you live, it's just like a fun vibe. Like you're such a fun person to watch perform.
Oh, I appreciate that. Seriously, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely fun. I feel like, you know, being on stage, you know, really, I mean, you probably know, like being on stage, like you definitely get to like embody yourself and just be free and be loose, and it's just fun. I love it. Yeah. It's fun.
What's your favorite part about like being an artist? Is it writing, performing, producing? Like what is it?
I gotta say performing. I I love to perform. I love to make music that I can perform to. You know what I mean? I love the band. I have, was blessed to have an amazing band behind my back, or really groovy as well, and it gets me going. And it's like, man, let's just take on the road. I feel like, great pioneers on a quest. Like we're really doing it. So I love the performing. I love the songwriting as well. I love the lyrics. I just love how because I know, kind of growing up, like I said, I was kind of more like sheltered, not sheltered, but like, didn't really share too much about myself, right? How to communicate that, honestly. And I think music kind of gave me the freedom to really do that, express myself and, talk about my trauma, even though I wouldn't talk about it, even sometimes my best friend at the time, you know what I mean? But like with the music, I feel like the paper on the journal was definitely my best listener, to really hear me. So yeah, I'll say the songwriting and performing for sure. Everything about it. It's a journey though,
Yeah. What was it like performing with a band for the first time?
Ooh, the first time. It was really enhancing, you know what I mean? Because I was just so used to the instrumental tracks, and just kind of performing with the tracks, but with the band, it kind of just brought everything alive. I started hearing little details of the music, like, little synths here and there, hi-hats, and like saxophones and trumpets. I just started hearing everything as a whole, and I just fell in love with music even more because of me playing with the band, honestly. And yeah, I think that's what I like to offer people who come to my shows, just to give them something a little different from what you hear on Spotify, something better, something enhanced, And so yeah, this was really fun. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was gonna say something and then I just
Take your time.
No, because I was thinking about it because I performed with the band for the first time this year, and so I was just because I see you and you're so comfortable on stage with the band, and I remember my first performance with the band, I was I have no idea what to do, but at the same time I was it's just so interesting to hear my songs being played in a completely different way than what I've heard it this whole time. So yeah, that's why that question came to mind, and I just kind of I had a moment where I was just thinking back on it, and I was nothing is actually coming out of my mouth. I'm just thinking about it. I was I should say this.
Yeah, I mean, same with me. I was a fetus, fresh out the womb, it seemed because, when I first played with the band, they knew all these musical theory notes and all this and all that. A minor, B, G flat. I was
oh, I know.
It's supposed to be I don't know what any of this is, you know what I mean? And so it definitely really disciplined me to really dive into how to communicate with musicians. And so yeah, it was definitely a good growing thing for me,
Yeah.
You felt the same way?
I mean, I still haven't been able to figure out how to communicate. I know music theory, I took it, but it's been so long since I've ever had to actually use it.
Right,
and now that I'm working with bands, I'm they know it the back of their hands. They're do you want this to be in this key, that key, do this, that? And I'm bro, I'm bringing up things from my mind from when I was in second grade. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm still trying to learn, for real. They still be bringing in terminology. And I'm
they're do you want the ascended chord or this chord? And I'm just it sounds good.
Right. Be on my James Brown, you know what I mean?
I just make noise.
I just see the sounds,
As long as it sounds good, I'm okay with it.
Right.
Follow my lead. Do you find that the music you grew up listening to, the stuff that your mom played and stuff for you, influenced or inspired your sound, or do you feel it was more so when you started really diving into hip hop that really influenced your sound?
Yeah, I'd say dove into hip hop, definitely introduced new flows and cadences and lyrics as an artist, as a lyricist, as an MC, for me to really play around with the beat or play around with instruments and stuff like that. I think my music right now is kind of an embodiment of what I kind of listened to growing up in terms of, the African, the gospel, and I used to listen to Michael Jackson a lot when I was a kid. I love Michael Jackson. I watched Dangerous Tour 25,000 times. And so I think the groove with Mike and like, the authenticity with Africa and like the real life gospel is what I kind of bring into what I make right now, And so it's always like learning, going traveling, picking up things here and there, and appreciating things and kind of, take a little piece, get a little voice recorder out, And I was in actually Paris for my cousin's wedding, right? And then we went to like this open mic bar and like, imagine like Paris open mic, like someone was on the keys, someone was on the sax, and it was just so dope. It was romantic, city of love, what I mean? And I was like, this is fire. Like, imagine captivating that feeling, bringing it into like your own stuff,
Yeah.
So that's something I'm mastering now.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
You were like, imagine like an open mic in Paris, and I was like, I don't even know if I could imagine that. Like, I have no idea what to even think there.
I've never been to Europe, so I'm like, it's a blank in my head.
Let's get that passport, girl. Let's go. Come on now. Let's go. But yeah, it was fire. It was really, really good. It was really, really good. I was like, dang, mind blown for real.
And even to take it back to what you were saying about like some of your influences, like one of them being Michael Jackson. I was just listening to your music the other day, and I heard you go, "I'm gonna say a little song about Kusa," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Sure. Yes.
Even with like the way you like perform, I'm like, you have such a good stage presence, and I actually get like a little bit of MJ in there, like the way you're doing the spins, and like I was like,
I appreciate that. Seriously.
I really see it. I see it. So, what is like your process for writing music? Like, do you walk us through a session where you're writing?
I like to write all the time. I usually carry a journal on me or notes, but I like to write on journals, papers and stuff like that. And I kind of just write it like a diary, like a journal. I like to write what I feel in the moment. Ideas, and then sometimes I just go back to those ideas, sometimes I never go back to the ideas, and it depends how I'm feeling, But honestly, sometimes in the studio, it's sometimes we're just having fun, we're grooving, and then, we just make a summer's delight, you know what I mean? Or just make something that feels like we're grooving on the moonlight, or make something Afrocentric, and I kind of just what's it called? I come and just speak gibberish just to get the flows and the certain hits I want, within my melodies and rhyme schemes and stuff like that. And sometimes I do lyrics first, but most of the time I kind of just do with the melodies first, honestly, and see what I kind of want it to sound like for real.
It sounds like you do you kind of combine them. You kind of do them a little bit at the same time, especially when you're in the studio. But do you have specific days or you're okay, this is going to be when I'm going to write? Or is it more just you take out your journal at any moment that inspiration strikes you?
Yeah, the beauty of music is it comes to you whenever. Literally, I could just be walking up to the studio room and boom, something hits me,
Mm-hmm.
I always like to captivate my moments and my feelings at the time, Because it's yesterday I could have been so infatuated, so in love, versus tomorrow I probably wouldn't be feeling the same way, type of thing. So I always want to captivate, that moment, that feeling where I'm really embracing, really feeling it the most, and then versus pushing it off, kind of thing. So yeah, I think I'm really trying to do that. But if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Live life. Get inspired. It'll come.
Yeah. I feel like that's the complete opposite of me. I write it and then I hold off on actually recording it for weeks, months, sometimes even years. I'm we'll get back to that. Yeah. But I do agree though, it is harder to get back into that mindset.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm usually when I write it, I'm I'm not ready to record this yet because I'm what if I want to change it? I almost never do, but I always have the same thought process of what if I want to change it? I'm gonna wait.
Oh, that's serious. That's real. Yeah, my voice notes. Honestly, I've kind of been, me and my voice notes been kind of hand in hand. Get the voice recorder. Thank God for voice recorder. Honestly.
Oh, I know.
Golly, how many songs and melodies I got from this sucker. So yeah, I kind of get that, and then when I'm ready to go to the studio, I'm kind of like you. you know, let's get into it, let's take our time. And yeah.
Are you organized with your voice notes? I'm just wondering. Because like when I go and look back at my voice notes, I'm like, okay, there's like 5,000 of these voice notes and I have no idea what any of them are because I never name them. And I have to go through each one individually and be like, was it voice note 200 or voice note 252?
Honestly, yeah, I kind of just used to just record sporadically. And yeah, it's like a bunch of voice notes. But one day I was sitting down, I was like, Alpha, nah. You have got to find this specific note and this specific note. So let's really sit down and name all of these voice notes. And then ever since that, I tried to like, you know, make a pattern of naming it.
Right.
Something, you know, something so I can remember kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
Yeah, I try.
Maybe one day I'll get there too. So today you're gonna be performing for us. And I want to know a little bit about the song that you're performing, Locksmith. So, yeah, tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just one of those records where it's just like, it's just fun, you know what I mean? Just in the studio, we just grooving. Definitely Pharrell inspired, you know, you probably hear it, you know, Neptunes, Tyler, Jay-Z a little bit. And yeah, I just wanted to bring that bounce back to nowadays music, you know, current music. And so, yeah, it's just fun, honestly. And yeah, just breaking locks like a locksmith, honestly. With the complexities of life and just like, you know, the uncertainties, you know, sometimes, you know, we just gotta realize like, it's all good. Like sometimes we don't have all the answers to things, you know what I mean? But what we can control is how we, you know, how we act, you know, how we move. And so that's kind of what Locksmith is all about, you know. It's break those locks of like, we have to have everything figured out. I was going on social media, seeing people in like Paris and Greece going on tour, you know, like blessings to them for real, but it's like, you know, comparison sometimes is like the thief of joy for real. You know what I mean? So it's like comparing some of these highlights to like your low life, you know, it's really easy to do sometimes. And so it's just like, it's just go with the flow. It's just go at our own pace. It's a marathon, trust me. Like it's all good, you know. Yeah, let's just have fun. That's what record's all about, you know.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So all right, let's get on over there and listen to you.
Come on, let's do it.
Yes.
How's it going? Maybe watching this at home, you know what I mean? Wherever you are, just want you to get a little groovy, you know, get the little 1-2 step, you know what I mean? When you're getting coffee, driving in your car, this song's for you. Let's get it. Yeah. Hey, look, okay, shimmy, yeah, do it for me. I'm looking in the mirror and it's me, they said no way, above the light, that's tight like Zoe. I got the revelation on the map, do it for me. The bar's so tight like it's bamboo. I ain't losing hair like it's Cantu. Man, I got God, what you finna do? I'm learning everything again, nothing to lose. Look, tinted windows when I walk. The only black kid in the class, I'm so tall. The only black kid on the black like chalk. Like the only light skinned girl, room full of dogs. Look, you took the kid out of me, like are you kidding me? Like when you high and you sing, you be singing deep. You took the enemy's lock, just like a locksmith. I'm looking for the real in the world, no hide and seek. But it's written down. I be eating with the balls, tongue tipping up. I'm on a whole nother level, no limits up. And the story being written up, finished up. And the day she is away that I have a music. They be checking on the day, thinking I'm a loser. On the real though, I'm not losing though, you know? Let's get right into it, you know? Yeah, look, I'm a locksmith. On the top, you cannot touch this. Look, I done lost it. Thinking I'll be folding, who got this? Yeah, I'm a locksmith. On the top, you cannot touch this. Look, I done lost it. Thinking I'll be folding, who got this? Yeah. Alright, y'all, that's it right there.
Yes, that was so good. Oh my gosh, I love the way that you perform. Like even just so simple with like the camera and the lights, and you were just out here doing all your moves and grooves, and love it. Seriously. Yes, so amazing.
So in the beginning, did I perhaps hear an ODB reference?
ODB reference? What, they did the song he's performing?
Yeah. Am I wrong? You were like shimmy.
Yeah, that's right. You did catch that. Hey, good here. Okay. appreciating y'all. I was like, okay, I might have to take that little thing, you know, appreciate it.
I liked it.
Thank you. It's fun. I love 90s music.
Yeah.
I still, nostalgia. Even though I wasn't born in the 90s, but.
You were not born in the 90s?
I was born in the 60s.
I'm lying. I thought you were going to say 2001.
I know we both just like looked at you and were like,
He's like, huh?
I literally was like, the math ain't math. And wait a minute. Sorry,
You're the one.
lying.
I'm a 2000s baby.
What year?
2000. So I just maybe come out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys 90s?
Yeah.
90s baby. Yeah, 90s baby.
Yeah. Every time I see 2000, I'm like,
I know. I'm like,
gosh.
dang,
It's the
I'm
too
2000.
old.
pushing 30.
And that gets me. When my brother's like, I was born in 2010. I'm like, wow.
Oh.
I really feel like.
Honestly, anything after 1999, I'm like,
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like 2000.
Yeah.
It's a whole other it's just crazy.
oh my gosh, so this is like beyond your time. Like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, most
and
definitely.
ODB
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, most definitely. But it's cool. You can always go back to that, you know? It's like classics, you know, timeless stuff. Like you just know that you always play for like the rest of your days type of thing.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson's definitely a classic. Wish I would have seen him live, you know, but this
Yeah.
is,
I think we all do.
yeah.
I was just going to say earlier when you were talking about like Michael Jackson being, you know, one of your influences. I was like, I noticed like a lot of newer artists, like younger artists, like I feel like when I was a teenager and when I was younger, like people were like Michael Jackson. And now people are like Chris Brown and yada, yada, yada. And I'm not hearing like people say, oh, Michael Jackson's one of my like biggest influencers anymore or influences. I'm hearing a lot of like Chris Browns and Chris Brown.
Just like it's only Chris Brown.
That's the only thing I can think of. Like I noticed that when I don't know, like I think I was like listening to somebody's interview and they were like, these are the people that I get inspiration from, and I'm like, I was listening to these people when I was 16. What?
Wow. That's real. That's like a whole nother conversation, like, you know? We've gone like the Michael Jackson of this generation, like, for real. You know, so.
I mean, I don't know personally. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Like, you know.
But I'm just saying that, like, I feel like a lot of, like, the younger artists, like, they don't go back as far now.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's real. That's so real. So real. Because, like, I was actually having, like, this heated debate with one of my boys a couple weeks ago about the whole Mike was Chris Brown. You know, he had a nerve to say, Chris Brown's a little better than Mike. You know, I was like, okay.
I'm sorry,
What?
You know.
Chris Brown. I lied to Michael Jackson. I don't feel like
Right.
you
It's not adding up, right?
I don't know.
And so, like, you know, then he really, I was like, okay, Alpha, let's take a deep breath. You know, let's try to go into his world and see his mathematics and science behind his thesis, right? And then, you know, I think it was him just, you know, being a product of a generation type of thing, you know? He was just telling me how Chris Brown was more accessible than him versus Mike, where, you know, I'm still trying to, you know, figure that out as well.
I guess that makes sense because it's like, you know, times are so different between like Michael Jackson and then Chris Brown. Like you probably relate more to Chris Brown if you were born in the era where like it was more stuff that would speak to you.
Right. Yeah, most definitely. And also, like, you know, he was like kind of blinded by the controversies behind Mike and, you know, kind of scared him.
Controversies behind Chris Brown.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't, like I said, it was a whole debate. We were having a good 2 hour long, you know,
I feel like if
conversation.
you're talking about like artistry and music, like let's not throw away the allegations, but I feel like I don't know.
I was just having this conversation.
I'm about to say something controversial.
I was just having this conversation with my friend the other day too because I was like, I don't know. It's so interesting, like how some people will like separate the artist from like the music, but then like sometimes you're like, I don't want to do that. But it's like you pick and choose like who you want to like separate and who you don't. And like it was funny because he said he was like, oh, like people ignore the allegations of like Michael Jackson, but like R. Kelly is canceled. And I was like, I talking to them? Because I know like some people are like,
with Michael Jackson, they were allegations.
That's
with
true.
R. Kelly, like it
That
was
was-
proven to be that man. That's nasty, man.
well, he was saying like they canceled them and they don't listen to them anymore. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like some people just have like a certain fan group that they're like, well, no matter what they say or what they do, they're like, I'm still gonna like follow them or whatever. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like it's honestly like a lot of times it's a personal choice of whether or not you're gonna separate the artist from the art, and it depends on like which artist it is, like how much you actually like them. Because I feel like people who really like an artist, they gonna ignore everything. They're like, look, the music is good.
There are still Chris Brown stands out here.
Yeah, and like look at how much everyone loves Kanye West, even though he's problematic.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he's the best example because I'm like, this man always be doing crazy things, and it never stops anyone from listening to
Right,
his
music still on a song playlist, you know what I mean? No, that's real. You know, I was like really thinking, I was like, dang, like you feel like, the person and the art should be separate or if it should coexist in a way, you know what I mean?
It's hard.
It is hard. But I don't know.
I ain't still listening to R. Kelly. We really had hip hop in the day. Really disappointed in him.
Well, yeah, I don't miss that. I don't miss him being on my playlist. I'm like, all right. I don't really think about him until someone brings him up, and I'm like, oh right, that was a person who made music at one point.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like what's associated with R. Kelly's name is like sometimes not even the music. Sometimes, you know what I mean? It's like what's personally what he did. It's crazy.
All right, well let's get back to you and your music. All right. Now that we've taken down this rabbit hole. But do you have any other projects and things that we should be looking out for? Because I know this song actually isn't even out yet. But
ooh, look at us getting a sneak peek.
I know, I'm like, ooh. If you're listening, you just heard an unreleased track. No.
Yeah. That's right. I think right now I'm just trying to take my time with discovering more of myself. You know what I mean? I feel like once I discover more of myself, I can discover more what kind of music I'm trying to put out. So yeah, a lot of recordings, a lot of records, a lot of libraries of files and stuff like that. So right now it's just like, okay, what do I really want to put out to the world and what I really want to work on and just really take my time with it. So we'll see. I can't really promise anything, but We'll be performing. We'll be outside. We'll be performing and stuff like that, and just getting ready for that. Honestly, so yeah.
Right.
But music scene though.
Yeah. Let us know where we can find you. Like, plug yourself.
Let
us know.
So Alpha P-H-A, not F-A, P-H-A .Patron P-A-T-R-O-N on Instagram, YouTube Alpha Patron, Spotify Alpha Patron. Website www.thealphapatron.com. So
there we go.
you know what I mean? So that's a lot we on.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys for having me though, for real. It's a pleasure. Honestly. What you guys got going on is beautiful. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the show today. I just want to say thank you to our listeners and anyone watching. And we're so excited to have you here. Thank you, Alpha.
Happy to be here. Thank you so much. Seriously, blessings, guys. Keep it going. I'm excited.
All right. If you guys have enjoyed this episode, be sure to like it. Follow us, follow Alpha, stay connected. We're a community here, and we love to hear what you guys think.
Sure. Oh, can I say one more thing?
Oh yeah, go for it.
I just wanted to give you guys flowers for even starting this and really going for it.
I just said, can I co-host?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Just wanted to.
Yeah.
I think it's really double job.
Thank you. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's finally, I just, put it to the gas and I was like, okay, we're doing it. Don't think too hard, just go.
Yeah.
Here we is.
Yes, so here we are. I'm so glad. So it's been great getting to have these amazing conversations with all y'all dope artists. So
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Nice to be here.
We appreciate you guys' vulnerability.
Yeah, for real. Until next time, thank you for taking a peek into our universe. Keep seeking the stories behind the music.
Because the magic doesn't only happen on the stage, but also behind the lines.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Okay, shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, do it for me. I'm looking in the mirror and it's me, they said no way. Above the light, that's tight like Zoe. I got the revelation on the map, do it for me. The bond's so tight like it's bamboo.